Hey guys, this is me, Luigi's Mansion 64, and I'm playing Triblys Notes, the next game in the Jhon DeFoe / Chizo mytho series, which I mentioned in the description of the last 5 Days of Stranger video. Okay, so let's start. I'll do the tutorial on because I have no idea how to play this game, and no commentary for the other. The following documents are taken from the handwritten notes of Trilby, an SDP field operative whose real name remains classified. Game over. Press enter to continue, because I played this a little. That was what I thought as I stood watching the DeFoe manor collapse into flaming ash. The ordeal was over. Those 5 days cost us all so much. Philip and AJ paid with their lives, the fortunate ones. Jim Fowler was expelled from school for truancy, a bright future in tatters. Simone Taylor took to the bottle. Her broadcast became slurred, her eyes hollow and unwelcome. She soon vanished from television screens. As for me, I tried to return to a life as a cat beggar, but I had spent forever tainted by the time spent in that wretched house. The memories of my possession came back in my nightmares, every time I was there, again, in the mansion, staring out through unfamiliar eyes as Philip died in my hands. I became convinced that Jhon DeFoe was not at rest, that someday he would return for me. I became so terrified of invisible enemies that I had forgotten about the tangled ones. To be caught, infamous thief, captured in police. 2 slow, miserable years at the DeFoe manor, a barrage of truants blows taught me a harsh lesson in reality, and I woke up in the kind of filthy cell I assumed would be my new home. But then he came, the man from the government, with his nervous smile, offering an alternative. The SDP, the Special Talent Project. I hadn't been that much earlier that I would have sooner died than entered an obligation with anyone. Least of all the government had DeFoe manor changed me so much. Whatever my reasons, I let the past behind and resolved to give about my new superiors. Nothing to complain about. Spent a year and a half completing assignments, developing contacts, building a reputation. And then the past caught up.
Alright, time for your bath.
Hold on, let me read this last one. My mom's here. In the summer of 1997, I became concerned about Simone Taylor's mental well-being. The papers were reporting her continual breakdown. She had become a virtual recluse. And, I'll be right back, guys. Guys, I'm back. I just came out of the bathtub. Anyway, I had no idea if my appearance would assist or hinder. I had, after all, deliberately allowed her to think me dead. Presumably, she knew differently now. After the media coverage of my arrest, but I would expect her to be bitter about my subterfuge. On balance, I decided that a meeting with an old friend would most likely be beneficial. I came to her apartment building on a warm, stormy night and braced myself for the encounter. Use the cursor keys to move. Tap when to start moving. To give a command, just start typing it in the text box will appear. Simply use simple sentences like look around or knock on door. The question mark symbol discloses that the game expects it. When it is visible, you are free to move and issue commands. Okay. Okay, so I have to tap them. Knock. Ah, it's in caps. Knock. I had no business knocking on Simone's neighbor. Oh, that's why. In that case, hey. Knock. I knocked sharply upon Simone's door. Press F3 to recall your last command. Okay. I received no reply. I knocked again louder. Still no response. The doorman had issued me Simone was in. I decided it was time to enter by my own methods. Press Tab or type INV to view your inventory. Press Tab. had with me lockpicks. Okay, so I'll just use the lockpick. Pick. Lock. I reason that Simone could have been in trouble, and even if she wasn't, then at worst, I was only playing with my reputation. I spent a few minutes feverishly picking the lock. Then I let myself in. Okay. Open curtain. I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen. Oh, I forgot to type R. Open curtain. I pulled open the blind. Okay. Whoa! Hello. What? Look. Body. The body on the floor was undoubtedly Simone. I felt for a pulse, and my hands came away stained with long-cooled blood. My fingers traced the outline of a large wound in her torso, slashed by a big weapon, wielded by a big assailant. I called for an ambulance, as futile as it would be, and left before they arrived. Due to me being a clear murder suspect, I was relieved from duty for the week. It took for the Minister of Occult to inspect the flat and confirm supernatural activity. My superiors simultaneously apologized and assigned me to investigate if there was a connection to the DeFoe Manor incident. Merely reading those 3 words capitalized on the front of a loose leaf file brought the nightmares back with more intensity than ever. Sure enough, a field agent reported that looters had discovered and sold several artifacts from the mansion, including the wooden idol that housed Jhon DeFoe's soul. To my surprise, no murders had been reported or committed by anyone who had come into contact with the accursed trinket. I did not find this reassuring. I quickly advised James Flower to go into hiding. He was stunned, but agreed the boy had sense, and still respected my judgment. This done, I began following the idol's trail. From the pawn shop it had entered the possession of one Professor Abed Shadal, an authority. He had scheduled some kind of antique fair in the Clanbrowyn Hotel, a small island off the coast of Anglesey, popular with tourists. Assuming the role of a scholar of antiquities, I booked a room. On the 20th of July, 1997, I caught a ferry from Port Lichog in Anglesey and arrived around 3 p.m. in Clanbrowyn Island, coastal village. It seemed a peaceful hamlet, and in definitions of stereotype, the locals were welcoming, and told me no local legends to dissuade me from exploring the island. The Clanbrowyn Hotel was in the island's centre, surrounded by forest. I made my way there on foot. "You're Trilby, right?" As soon as I arrived, I was greeted by a balding man in a grey anorak. I wondered if I was expected to know who he was. "That depends. My name is Lickman. I'm with the Ministry of Occultism." "Oh, I thought the Ministry were clear on the fact that I was handling this on my own." "Maybe there are still people who don't trust you, Mr. Trilby." "What?" "I haven't stolen anything since I joined the STP. Your colorful past is not what concerns my superiors. It hasn't gone unnoticed that your history with DeFoe Wraith influences your psychology. I'm sure you resist it, but it could still cause you to act irrationally, disobey orders. Everyone just feels a little safer with someone else on the ground." I see. You can rest assured that I will endeavor to maintain absolute professionalism on this assignment. Nevertheless, I have my orders. I would suggest we keep out of each other's way and then pursue separate investigations. I'm sure I don't want to get mixed up in a reunion. I watched him disappear around the corner of the building, and very much doubted that Linkman and I would become friends. Let's go in. The Glen Brahman Hotel lobby was a warm welcome. The building was certainly well maintained, and yet there was something about it that nagged at the back of my mind, quickening my pulse. I dismissed the sensation, an act which, in retrospect, I would come to regret. Good evening, Terence Railby. I have a reservation. Ah, yes, you're here for the antique fair. We've put you in room C3C on the third floor. If you'd just like to sign in the check-in book. Oh, hello, Button. Just letting you know I have dinner in my room today. That's absolutely fine, Professor. Huh? This I decided was what they call a golden opportunity. Professor Chadal? Yes? I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. Rayleigh, Terence Rayleigh. We met at Sotheby's a few months ago. Oh, you don't remember me? No, of course I do. Terence Rayleigh, how have you been? The astute reader has already guessed that both Terence Rayleigh and the previous meeting were utter fiction. I spent some time studying Chadal's movements and habits. He was by all accounts absent-minded, and that was something I could use. I'm well, thanks. I was hoping I'd run into you. I've heard interesting things about the items you're showcasing here. Do you remember freelance scouting for some wealthy collectors? Yes. Well, a client of mine has expressed an interest in relics from DeFoe in Buckinghamshire. He's been on my back for a while about it. Between you and me, he seems pretty obsessed. What remained of Professor Chadal's suspicion melted away from his expression as the opportunity to make money entered the conversation. Well, I'm sure I wouldn't want to damage your professional status. Would you like to come into my room for drinks? Oh, I don't want to impose. No imposition at all. Please follow me. Your room key, Mr. Rayleigh. Ah, thank you. Please lead the way, Professor. Abed? Who's your friend? Oh, let me introduce you. This is my personal assistant, Sirbohan. She accompanies me on most of my excursions. Sirbohan, this is Mr. Rayleigh, an old acquaintance. I have no idea how to pronounce it. He's looking for information on DeFoe artifacts. Oh, really? Him and half the people we met. What is it about this place? Never underestimating the art attraction of a mystery, my dear. Please take a seat, Terry. I'll be right with you. So you're interested in ghost stories? The girl struck me as a forceful personality. I gave the matter some thought before replying. Not really. I'm just scouting in on behalf of a client, like I told the professor. You know, it's strange to see someone as young as you in the antiques trades, and come to think of it, I thought only old men dressed like that. No offense meant, not taken. I didn't catch your last name. It's O'Malley, Sir O'Malley. Couldn't be more Irish if I tried, could it? Sorry to keep you waiting, dear boy. Now then, what shall we talk about? When talking to characters, you must specify a topic or conversation. There are usually several things each character is willing to discuss. For example, try talk about a bed. Talk to a bed about DeFoe No, not faux. Manor. Manor. I didn't understand what. Oh, god dang it! Yeah. Talk to a bed about DeFoe Manor. Okay. Oh, god damn it! God, my typing sucks. Talk to a bed about God, I suck. About DeFoe Manor. What? I'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. But God, my typing sucks. Talk to what? Like a house. A bed. Yeah, I asked my mom how to spell manor. God, I'm pathetic at spelling. About. Sometimes I spell things right. Just sometimes I forget. No. Faux. No, what? No. I'm gonna say first. Save. There I go again. Save. Enter. Luigi's Mansion 64. Save. Now let's continue. Talk to a bed about DeFoe Manor. I can tell me and this game are not going to get along very well. So I understand you came into possession of artifacts from DeFoe Manor. Yes, indeed, and it was astonishing to me that such artifacts existed at all. The whole place burned to the ground. Did you hear about the DeFoe Manor incident? I was experiencing a sick feeling that I had not felt for quite some time. Oh, I have to press enter. The last I had felt it was a while standing at the gates of another country mansion, not long after DeFoe Manor, preparing to break in. Recalling those 5 wretched days, turning my stomach with fear, turning what had once been the joy of serving into an experience in anxiety. Discussing it brought that feeling back. The act of forgetting ignorance while visions of wielding masks and mistakes flooded my mind's eye, worsened them. I heard something on the news, and it's been on that news again lately since the Taylor woman died. A lot of silly talk about the paranormal has been around, so the true facts are nearly unreachable. But the point is, some enterprising fellows picked up 1 or 2 of the damaged items from the ruins. Furniture, books, a little ugly tribal figure, and I took them off their hands purely out of curiosity. So, were there any particular items your client is interested in? Talk to a bed about painting. Talk to a bed about painting. Painting. Yeah, I can tell me and the skimmer are so not gonna get along. I didn't consider that subject relevant. Talk to a bed about DeFoe artifacts. about artifact. Oh, God dang it. Sorry about that. Well, this is pretty much going to be the end. So, save. Figure out what to do next. I'll figure out what to say next, okay? Bye.